What is going on, everybody? As you can see on the screen, today we're going to be ranking all the Call of Duty games from S tier to F tier. If you're interested in seeing more Call of Duty content, especially about MW2 and the Call of Duty Professional League, make sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video. With that being said, let's hop right on into it. I'm going to start off with the one game that I have not played, actually two games I have not played on this list. First one is the original Call of Duty. I think I technically might have played it at some point, but I don't remember it, so I'm going to put it never played. And the only other one that I haven't played is Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Technically, I've never played Modern Warfare Remastered as well. This was the only year in Call of Duty since I started playing that I didn't purchase the game. Infinite Warfare just did not look entertaining to me, and I didn't really have a lot of time during this year in college. I didn't really have a lot of time to play games, so I just didn't play Infinite Warfare or Modern Warfare Remastered. So let's kick it off with the most recent Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm sliding that right into the F tier. Personally, this is my least favorite Call of Duty of all time. It's not satisfying to play. It's not fun. The guns aren't fun. The maps aren't fun. The setting isn't fun. The colors aren't. It's just overall just not a good game in my opinion. If you enjoy Vanguard, of course you're entitled to your opinion, as is everybody entitled to their opinions on these types of things, because there's no, one thing says all for Call of Duty games. But for me personally, I do not like Vanguard. I didn't mind watching it, the professional CDL League. It was pretty entertaining because a lot of it was fast paced, but as a player, which is what we're listing this on for my own playing experience, F tier. We'll continue working our way backwards, and we will go next to Cold War. I thought Cold War was a decent game. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I think it was solid. It kind of felt like a Treyarch game, it sort of felt like a Black Ops game, which I liked. It was definitely more satisfying in terms of just like the sounds and the the hit marker noises and all that stuff, I think, compared to Vanguard. It wasn't as fast as a time to kill, so I did enjoy Cold War. There were a lot of classic maps, of course, which was good. Being able to bring back things like Raid and Standoff and Express from Black Ops 2 was great. Overall, I would say a pretty solid game. Then we move on into Modern Warfare 2019. For me personally, I didn't mind this game either. I'm gonna put it, I think, in the B tier as well with Cold War. The most fun I had on this game was playing with friends and doing things like private match quickscoping on Rust. That was the most fun I really had. Playing solo was not as fun for me in this game as a game like Cold War, so I would put Cold War above Modern Warfare, so maybe I'll move it down to C tier just to make things a little more easier. But I think Modern Warfare was a decent game. It was a solid game. I liked the movements, I liked the engine, I liked the noises, everything was good. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, like just adding a normal dead silence perk and not having the field upgrade. That would have been the simplest update. And the same whole thing with the radar and the UAVs being whatever. That game was okay in my opinion, but it definitely wasn't the best. And if you're interested briefly to know my thoughts on Warzone, honestly, I don't really play Warzone. I'm an Apex Legends player. It's definitely the superior battle royale. If you don't agree, don't come at me. But I never really played Warzone much, so it is what it is. Next up, we have Black Ops 4. I thought Black Ops 4 was pretty decent. I didn't play it a ton. I came back to it during the year Modern Warfare was out and started playing it, or right before Modern Warfare came out, I started playing it again. I thought it was solid. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. It definitely was fun. The higher time to kill made it more skill, like there was more skill that was involved in actually winning gunfights, which I do like. There was a lot of things that could have been annoying, like especially some of the specialists and their abilities basically being free kills, but it was just part of the game. Once you got used to that, I don't think it was too bad. I thought Black Ops 4 was a solid game. I'm going to put it in the B tier. Next up, we have Call of Duty World War II. Now, this game is interesting because obviously everyone knows they did a big overhaul on the game, very late into the life cycle, which I wasn't even playing anymore at that point, which kind of is upsetting because I enjoyed this game to an extent. It was okay. I'm gonna put it in the D tier. I enjoy this game because I have fond memories of like playing this game with my girlfriend. She actually got it for me for our 6-month anniversary, and it was really fun playing with her, and kind of like the meaning behind her getting the game, playing it in her dorm room and whatever while she did homework. I enjoyed that aspect of it because I had those fond memories, but just coming down to the core gameplay aspect, it was not as fun. Once again, I just don't think World War II sells as well. And overall, it just kind of, it was okay. I think it's D tier. You might be argue C tier. I wish I played after the overhaul, but unfortunately I did not. I also just realized there's this other Call of Duty here. This might be COD 2, and this might be the original COD. I don't think I played either of those, so I'm just going to put them in the never played category. Next up was Infinite Warfare, but obviously I already slotted that in the haven't played. So then we have Black Ops 3. I'm gonna put that in the A tier. I think Black Ops 3 was a good game. Obviously Zombies was good. This was in the years where I didn't play COD as much. From like Black Ops 3 till pretty much now, but I would say if you go back to like Black Ops 4, I didn't play COD a ton because those are like the years that I was in college and was more busy, didn't have as much time for games. So I didn't play Black Ops 3 as much as I wish I did, but when I did play it, I enjoyed it. And I also played it more recently, just doing like private match, like zombies, or going onto servers and just playing multiplayer. It's a solid game. It's a very good game. The best jetpack game for sure. I did enjoy Black Ops 3. I wish I would have played it more, but I think it's an A tier game. We have Advanced Warfare. I'm gonna put it in the B tier. I personally enjoyed Advanced Warfare. I think I would actually slot it probably above both of these if you wanted to do it in this aspect of ranking them within the tiers as well. I liked Advanced Warfare. I was big into trying to play competitively back then in Advanced Warfare, so I played it a lot. I did enjoy it. I thought it was a fun game. It was the first of the advanced movements. Once you kind of learned the movements and got over the fact that it wasn't boots on the ground anymore, I do think there was a lot of fun to be had, and I did enjoy that. Obviously, the whole like supply drops and certain weapons being better than other weapons, like literally doing more damage, was annoying, but I think overall I did enjoy this game a good amount. Then we move on into COD Ghosts. I'm gonna slot that in the C tier. I enjoyed Ghosts to an extent. Like I said, I was trying to play competitively back then, so I did a lot of like search and destroy tournaments and game battles on Ghosts, which search and destroy was definitely fun on Call of Duty Ghosts. But overall, the game itself was not super fun. It was a solid game. A lot of the maps were kind of eh. It was very different than what we had seen and have seen since in Call of Duty, with just the way the game worked, the progression system and all that. You know, it was interesting. They tried something different. It didn't really stick, but overall I thought it was a decent average Call of Duty game. I liked it more than a lot of people did back then, and I think I just have some fond memories with all these OG CODs. That nostalgia aspect also plays a factor in this, and I can admit that. Overall, I thought COD Ghost was a decent Call of Duty. Then we come on into Black Ops 2, which is obviously an S tier COD, or probably my favorite COD of all time, maybe second favorite. We'll get to possibly my favorite soon. Definitely S tier in my opinion. I really liked Black Ops 2. From the zombies to the multiplayer was the best multiplayer in my opinion. The maps were iconic. It just overall was such a good game that I wish it was still, you know, I wish we could get games like this nowadays. Obviously we're not. I've been playing Plutonium Black Ops 2, you know, the PC version of the game where there's actually servers you can get into matches and stuff like that. It's been super fun, and I wish we could go back to the days of playing Black Ops 2 in the 360, hopping in Xbox party chats and playing with your friends. We're never gonna have those days again, so unfortunately it is what it is, but I really love Black Ops 2. Definitely a top 2 COD of all time in my opinion. Then we have Modern Warfare 3. I'm gonna put MW3 in the A tier. I enjoyed MW3. It was, you know, I didn't play MW3 as much as I played a game like Black Ops 2, but it was super fun. Black Ops 2 is probably the one I played the most, just to throw that out there. But MW3 I really enjoyed. I thought it was satisfying. Using guns like an ACR was just always fun, of course, trying to drop nukes. This game was really good. It was definitely a solid game, and I wish the Modern Warfares nowadays felt as fun as these. Unfortunately they don't, but it is what it is. You know, I think it's just because you get older, you get higher expectations, you look back on these games with this nostalgic, wow, these were really fun. You kind of look through it through like a golden lens, and it's just not going to be what it once was, and that's okay. Then we have Black Ops 1, which I'm also putting in the S tier. This might be my favorite COD of all time, simply for the fact that this was my favorite COD Zombies game of all time. If we look at it strictly from a multiplayer perspective, I would put Black Ops 2 ahead of it. All around, I might put Black Ops 1 ahead of Black Ops 2 personally. This game was just great. I thought the multiplayer was super fun. So many iconic maps: Firing Range, Nuketown, you know, Summit, Jungle, all these great maps. It was just so fun to play this game. Hop in an Xbox party chats, play with friends, playing split screen with siblings. There's so much fun to be had on Black Ops 3. But it's just, including the zombies, the campaign, the multiplayer, all around was such an amazing game. Then we have Modern Warfare 2, which I'm gonna put in the B tier. I didn't enjoy Modern Warfare 2 as much as I enjoyed Modern Warfare 3. It definitely was not my favorite Call of Duty game. I thought it was pretty solid. If I had to rank it in here, I'd probably honestly put it behind Advanced Warfare. I know that's probably an unpopular opinion, but for me personally, I just didn't play MW2 that much, and I also just didn't have as much fun with it as I think a lot of other people did. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. If you enjoyed MW2 and you think it's the best game of all time, which I know there's plenty of COD fans that do, you're entitled to that opinion for sure. And I think there's an argument to put it in the A tier for myself as well. But I think just thinking about the fun that I had on those games, these games above it, I definitely just enjoyed more. Next up, we have World at War. World at War was, you know, honestly, I'm gonna put it in the D tier. It's funny that all the World War II setting games are down here on my list. I didn't really play World War II or World at War multiplayer very much. I do like private matches with my siblings, and like we would just like, you know, run around and play the game against each other. I thought that was fun. I just didn't play World at War that much, and there's a reason for that, and we'll get to that in a second. But overall, it just isn't. I don't really have many memories with it, so I just can't put it high on my list. But the reason I didn't play World at War that much was because of this game right here, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. S tier game in my opinion. I absolutely love this game, and even when World at War was out, I was still playing Modern Warfare COD 4. The aspects of like simplicity, where like there was only 3 kill streaks, everyone had the same stuff. You know, I think there was so many fun things to do in that game. You had great maps, and overall it was like the first big step in the Call of Duty franchise, coming from COD 2, COD 3, you know, the original Call of Duty. COD 4 was like that, wow, we're here, here's a big multiplayer experience. And it was something awesome. Grinding for like Blue Tiger or Red Tiger camos was great on the silenced MP5. Like, those were the days, and I used to play this game so much. We used to do private matches, like my siblings and I we would just like play private matches together, like on like a LAN network, and I would 1v2 them because I was definitely the better one of the 3 of us in Call of Duty. It was just a lot of fun, and there were a lot of great memories on COD 4. And for me, I think it is the third and only of these 3 in the S tier. COD, you know, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, and COD 4 are personally my S tier games. I think COD 3, I did play COD 3. I'm gonna slot it into the C tier. It probably was really like a D or an F tier game, but it was the first Call of Duty I ever played. I had a lot of, you know, good memories on it, playing on the Amsterdam map with the broken bridge in the middle. It was just something, you know, you could drive around in vehicles in that game in multiplayer. I had good memories on this game, and it being the first Call of Duty, there's that nostalgia aspect to it that you know, first COD I ever played, I had that nostalgia aspect. So definitely a game that I enjoyed. And yeah, this looks like it is my final tier list for the Call of Duty games. Let me know what you think of this tier list. What do you think is the best game of all time, or maybe your top 3? I would love to hear that. And what do you think is the worst game of all time? I think Vanguard is not a controversial one to put down at the bottom. I think the only real controversial thing maybe I have here is Modern Warfare 2 in the B tier, or maybe World at War down in the D tier. I know some people have really fond memories of that game. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe for more content, and I will see you all in the next video.